What is up, my dudes, and welcome to Patch Notes, a show where I go over my favorite news stories for this past week. And boy, do we have news. It was the summer of gaming, there are plenty of shows to go over, so let's start off with PlayStation. But first, the man, the myth, the legend, my boy Buttz. How's it going?
Hello, I am also a ghost, so I guess that would include legend.
Exactly. So we're just gonna go over the games that we thought were interesting from the shows, because there are so many. I mean, we'd be here for hours if we went over every single game. But the first game I wanted to talk about was 007 First Light. That game looks pretty sick.
Yeah, it does. I'm crossing that one off. Yeah, that game.
Yeah.
That game surprised me. I think it was probably the first time they showed gameplay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I initially wasn't really interested in it. But looking at that trailer, I'm like, man, this gives me heavy Uncharted vibes, which I know is kind of... I know is kind of like, well, you know, Uncharted is inspired by, you know, 007 and like Indiana Jones and stuff. But like, bro, just looking at it, like, I'm interested in it now.
Yeah, I'm like right there with you, dude. This game was leaked or announced years ago by IO Interactive, which is the people that make the Hitman games.
Mm-hmm.
And it had been so long since we heard about it that I forgot really. And then anytime I would ever remember or see it brought up, I was like, man, this game might be in trouble because I feel like it's been ages since I've heard of it. But they dropped the trailer, and yeah, dude, it looks like this really crazy mix of Hitman and Uncharted, which is a combination I never knew I wanted.
Yeah.
It looks so cool.
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah.
And it's telling like the origin story of 007, which I think is smart because it gives you more room to just create more games in the future if it's like a huge success.
True. I never thought about it like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks sick. I don't have anything else to say about it. It just looks really cool. I want to see more gameplay though. That's the only thing I gotta say. I want to see like a gameplay demonstration.
Yeah, and I also hope it has gyro aim too. Doom the Dark Ages didn't have it, and I didn't buy it because of it. Like, it should be at least an option. Anyways, I just want to mention this game because I know you might not mention it, but it's Luminous Arise.
I actually didn't put that on my list because I knew you were gonna bring it.
Yeah, Luminous Arise. That's a game. It is by the makers of Tetris Effect, and Res Infinite. And I like Tetris Effect. I was just thinking about it a couple of days ago, and I think it might it's at least in my top 10 video games of all time, and it might be number 5. That's how much I love that game so much.
Yeah, I only hear good things about it. I have it. I just haven't played it yet.
I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely like if you were to play Tetris Effect, it's definitely gonna be more of like two types of minds. Like, some people are gonna be like, oh, this game is like really fun and really cool and awesome stuff, and some people are gonna only just see it as like Tetris but with pretty visuals, which is understandable. But yeah, and Luminous, I mean, I'm not the craziest Luminous fan, but I will absolutely eat whatever, you know, Enhanced puts out. And I have been recently like playing Luminous a lot in preparation for this game, and I mean, it's fun. Yeah, it's really cool. So, but yeah, I'm down with I guess Luminous Rise. Do you, I guess, have anything to say about it, or just like?
Yeah. So it's a puzzle game, right?
Yes, action puzzle game. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm not into puzzle games, to be honest. I only really like one puzzle game, and that's Catherine. But I did think that game looked super cool. Like, when the trailer started, I actually thought it was Tetris Effect 2, and I was like, holy shit.
I thought so too, yeah.
I can't lie, though. I kind of got hyped when I saw it was Lumens, because I remember I want to say I played it on the PSP.
Yeah, I was on PSP.
I never beat it or anything. Yeah. But it is cool to see, like, I don't think it's an IP. I don't think Sony owns the IP. But it is cool to see, like, such a classic series like that come back. So I don't think I'll play it, but I am glad that it exists, and I'm happy for the people that are excited for it.
Yeah, it's I believe I don't think it's a PlayStation IP. I think Mizuguchi like owns it because he created it. Like he created a whole, idea of Luminous. Like the reason why Luminous exists was because he wanted to make a Tetris game, but Tetris Company at the time didn't want him, like they didn't give him like the rights to do it. So he just said, what?
Wow.
Yeah, so he just said, you know what? I'm gonna make my own Tetris with blackjack and hookers. So he made Luminous. And,
what a G.
Yeah.
That's a cool ass origin story.
Yeah, it is cool. And then now he made Tetris Effect, and which is funny, and now he's making Luminous, and it's sick.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it, but cool, very cool game. The next thing I want to bring up, which I don't think you're gonna have too much to say about, is Digimon Story Time Stranger. Now, I'm a huge Digimon fan, alright? I love Digimon. But the games are kind of hit and miss sometimes. The Digimon story games are pretty good, though. And I was very surprised to see this, because the last game that came out was Digimon Survive, which was like a visual novel strategy RPG. And it was cool. I never finished it. I heard that it gets really good. I'll go back to it at some point. But it just wasn't really what I was looking for at the time. It also just didn't have an English dub, so I was like, ah. But this game looks really good. I'm very surprised at how good it looks, to be honest. Cyber Sleuth was great. It looked good, but it didn't seem to have like that huge of a budget. Dude, it looks like Bandai's putting like a ton of money into this game. And they're promoting it more than any Digimon game I've seen in the past decade. So I think it looks great. I love RPGs, obviously. I love Digimon. The concept seems pretty interesting. So I'm gonna be in. I'm gonna be in on this. I'm definitely gonna get this.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about Digimon, so. But I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I was looking at the trailer, I'm like, oh, this looks kind of interesting. I don't know how the battle system or anything like that works, because again, I don't know anything about Digimon. But I mean, if the gameplay sounds cool, I mean, I'm kind of interested in it. It's more of like I gotta see it kind of like gameplay just so I can understand what this is all about.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm lightly interested in it. I might like pick it up on a sale if it like reviews well. So.
Yeah, it's a turn-based RPG, and it's got like a turn order and stuff like that. It's like a fairly traditional turn-based RPG, but it's similar to Pokemon in that you collect like different Digimon and then you raise them. So they go to like your Digifarm or whatever, and you can level them up and like love them and be their friend.
Okay.
It's great. It's very much what you would imagine. Like it's a turn-based RPG with some, Pokemon-esque elements. But the stories are, for Cyber Sleuth especially, like these Digimon story games have pretty good stories. And in my opinion, that's really what like makes Digimon special.
So are these more narrative focused type of games, or are they is it more gameplay focused? Or is it just like a little bit of both, I guess?
Yeah, I would say it's kind of even.
Okay.
I mean, it is like big on the story. I can't say because I haven't actually played this one, but it's even. Like there's a lot of story, but there's a lot of gameplay as well. For Cyber Sleuth, like you were kind of like a cyber detective, so there were like digital crimes happening or whatever, and you had to like solve them while also fighting Digimon and stuff. That's kind of like one of the cool things about Digimon is like it's very versatile. In Pokemon, the world largely stays the same. You're just kind of in a world where there are Pokemon and everybody loves them and they're all friends, and then there's some organization that dislikes them, blah blah blah, or whatever, right? But in Digimon, they're able to take the concept of having these, you know, digital creatures that come to life, and then just take it into different places. You can either you go into the digital world and you have to experience this weird isekai type story, or like the Digimon come into the real world, and then things get, you know, really weird too. And then there's just different settings, different types of stories and stuff. Like, it's very versatile. I could go on about Digimon for a long time, but yeah, Digimon's pretty cool, and this game looks interesting.
All right. I guess next up, I'm gonna do probably another game you might not talk about. It's Karen or Karn. Might be Karen.
Karen, I think, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I actually knew about this game prior, you know, towards the state of play, and like the demo and stuff. I just want to mention it because like I played the demo of it and it's fun. Obviously, you know, it kind of reminds me of Death Stranding, but I don't know, it's cool. It's definitely a game that will probably test, you know, your patience though, but not like in a bad way, but more of like you gotta really sit down and like really look at the wall and be like, what's the best course of action here, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I played the demo. It was really fun. Check out the demo, I guess. I don't know. You have anything to say about it?
I haven't. Yeah, I actually think this game looks cool. I haven't played the demo yet, but I remember. I think they showed this at another state of play as well, or it was on some show because I remember seeing this before. To be honest, I thought this game was actually already out, but I might be thinking of. Oh no, I was thinking of Jusan.
Oh yeah,
that was
yeah.
another climbing game. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think this game looks cool. Ever since Assassin's Creed, I've always really liked climbing things in video games.
That's not
so
weird
like
at all.
anytime, huh?
That's not weird at all. I think that's it is cool.
So anytime you can climb stuff in a game, I always think it's interesting, and like the whole game is about that. And like a couple of years ago, I watched this documentary about like ice climbing or mountain climbing in like, you know, really icy terrain. And that made me super interested in mountain climbing. So I actually think this game looks really cool. I just haven't gotten around to the demo yet. But I could definitely fucks with this game, to be honest. Yeah. I just have to... Oh, this comes out in November too, actually. Yeah, there might be like the perfect time.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And also the survival elements of it is cool.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you have to like fix your hands and they get blisters and cut up and stuff.
Yeah, you also have to like drink water and like cook food and stuff like that and sleep.
And then you have to deal with other climbers as well.
As far as I know, not really, but from a recent trailer they showed them having to use like tools for whenever you're like going up against like ice and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, Karen looks really cool. I'm looking forward to this game. I hope it's good. I don't think it'll be a day one purchase for me, but I'll definitely get around to it at some point.
Yeah, I can say the same thing for me.
The next one I wanted to talk about was, I don't have too much to say about this one, but Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. This game had actually leaked a long time ago I forgot the name of that leak. But it was like this leak that happened like 5 or 6 years ago that had like a shit ton of games on it, including Final Fantasy Tactics and then Final Fantasy IX Remake, which is why everybody's just been like on their tippy toes waiting for Square Enix to say something about Final Fantasy IX Remake. But Final Fantasy Tactics is known as like one of the best, and some people would say the best Final Fantasy game ever made. And I like tactics games, and I like Final Fantasy, but for whatever reason, I've never actually played Final Fantasy Tactics. So I'm pretty happy that this is finally announced, and it looks cool. The like remastered graphics, I don't know what's going on that. Like, they don't look that much better. I don't know what they're doing there.
I think it's a widescreen now, which is cool.
Huh?
I think it's a widescreen.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks really cool. I think this game was awesome.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about it. I know people, like you mentioned, like say like have some very high praise for it, but I've never played a Final Fantasy game, so I don't really know what to say.
That's fine. Yeah, I figured. But, I just had to bring it up. That game was cool.
Next game, let's do Sword of Sea.
Ah, yes.
Yes, this game, it looks really cool. It actually, I feel like, oh man, it reminds me of this one game, but I forgot what it was called, dude. And I hate that. It came
Journey?
No, not Journey. It's you're like a guy who like runs through a forest and you use like a bow and arrow to shoot down things really fast. But I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. But I do know like
that sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
But I do know it's made by the people who made Journey and stuff. And
Abzu, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It looks.
It's crazy how it literally is just a combination of Abzu and Journey.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'll kind of give it this though. It looks like there might be some I wouldn't say dungeons necessarily, but it looks like a whole points, like it feels like it's going to be like an open like world type of thing, and you go to different points of the map to like unlock something to open up like this, final area type of thing. I have a feeling that might be kind of what that game is going to be about, but it looks cool. It looks very fun.
Yeah, I think this game looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that he's riding on a sword.
Yes.
And it looks like you can go really fast too.
Yes.
This studio is like really good at just having very simplistic art style and making everything pop. Dude, you can do kickflips and shit off the sword. That's so sick, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what this game is gonna be about, and it doesn't look like there's really any combat. But I'm all in for this. This looks so cool to me.
Yes, yeah, definitely. It looks like, I don't know, just like I like all the airtime you get from it too. Whenever you like go off like, waves and stuff, it looks super sick.
The next game, actually, I'm just gonna go with one that I think you might not say anything about, but I think Tides of Tomorrow looked crazy.
You know what's funny? That was on my list, and I was debating on talking about it. Yeah, it does look crazy.
Yeah, that game is nuts, dude. I don't even really fully understand how this, I don't want to say is possible, but how this even works. Like, from what I understand, it is an online multiplayer game, but the actions of other players impact your story and not vice versa. So, like, if you went to some island and killed somebody, that would affect my world, and then you would just move forward, and I would have to deal with like that person's sister being pissed off that somebody killed like their brother.
Yes,
like that's crazy.
Like, how do you program that? Like, how do you make a system that works like this? It's very cool.
When I was watching the trailer, I was getting kind of hyped, but I think the game before this was VR. So I thought this was also a VR game, and I was like, holy shit, why is such a cool game only on VR? And then I was like, oh, I gotta look back, bro. Please tell me I'm just like, I missed something. Mm-hmm. Thank God I did.
Yeah.
Because that game looks awesome. Yeah. That game looks so cool.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too, because I was just like, man, why is it gotta be VR? I think I did the exact same thing too. I was just like, let me go back. I'm pretty sure there's no way this game is like, it was complete copium at my part. I'm like, man, I hope this game is on PSP, on like, flat screen and stuff, right? And I was very happy to find out it was. So
copium came in clutch.
It really did.
But yeah, this game looks cool. I also just like the setting. Like, it's like this island thing. I think it said that the world was sunken and they just kind of all live on these islands, and there's like a bunch of pollution and stuff like that, and you have to kind of deal with like getting around and everything. Mm-hmm. Everything about this looks cool. It has a cool art style as well.
Yeah, it's very vibrant.
As with many shows, I feel like I'll just say, anytime we make a video on like one of these shows, I feel like I'm gonna say this, like, I wish I got to see like some like long gameplay or something, because I don't know if this is actually gameplay or if it's just like in-game cinematics or whatever. So I want to see. I definitely want to see more, because this could be huge for me whenever it comes out.
Yeah, I would like to see more too. Just more gameplay, understanding like just everything for sure.
Yeah. All right, so for me, you've got more on your list, but for me, I've got three big boys. I'll start with the one that I'm honestly the least interested in, but I'm sure everybody else feels the exact opposite. Tokone Fighting Souls. That was crazy.
Yes.
That was absolutely nuts.
There's so much we can talk about. There's so much I can talk about that game, like from both like the business side of things, but also from what the game actually is and what it looks like. But I want to hear what you have to say first.
So first of all, I gotta say, rest in peace to fucking Capcom on this one. You know what I'm saying? and it's not their fault. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 4, I believe Infinite. It was like Infinite.
Yeah, it was Infinite.
I didn't like that game, and it looked like shit. The roster sucked, and it was also just busted as hell. And that's, I mean, that is their fault partially, but it's also partially not. From what I understand, Disney really was like interfering with the development of that game a lot. They had issues, but damn, dude, damn. Not only is this basically, I mean, it's not Marvel vs. Capcom, obviously, but it's as close as you're going to get without having fucking Dante shooting somebody or something. But dude, I mean, this game, you know, graphically, aesthetically, art style, amazing. There's a rumor going on that Horikoshi, the artist and the mangaka for My Hero Academia, is doing the character designs. That would be huge because he's an amazing artist, and all the character designs look sick. Mm-hmm. Like Iron Man, deadass has a V-fin like he's a Gundam or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, the gameplay itself just looks super cool. Like, it's a 4 versus 4 tag team game. I'm tired. I am really tired of tag team games, to be honest, team fighters. But it looks sick. I mean, it just looks sick. The only thing that I really have to say that, you know, I'm like waiting for is like the roster. It's modern Marvel, so it's probably gonna be a lot of like, you know, Marvel Cinematic Universe characters. You can already kind of see that. But I don't know, Ghost Rider being there, him by himself gives you just a little bit of hope that it might be more than just some MCU characters and maybe just some cooler one-off, you know, Marvel characters. I don't have too much else to say. The game just looks awesome. Oh yeah, also amazing get for PlayStation. That this is a PlayStation exclusive. That's fucking crazy.
Yes.
That it's nuts. And ArcSys just keeps winning, dude.
Like, yeah, they really do. They really are.
ArcSys, like, it doesn't matter if you like the games or the style of games that they make. For whatever reason, they just keep hitting. Like, it's hit after hit. Except for, like, DNF Duel. I think that was, like, the only, like...
miss.
And I guess maybe BlazBlue like cross tag.
No, I can't.
But that was such an. Yeah, I mean, that game I think was successful, but like that was such an asset flippy game that it probably didn't matter. That game could probably sell 100,000 copies and it would have made a profit. Like it didn't matter. But yeah, I mean, ArcSys they're killing it, and this game looks very cool. Go ahead.
All right, I'll talk about the game itself first. I am not really a Marvel person. The only Marvel I kind of like, I guess more really into is, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy and the Spider-Verse movie specifically. I can't even say Spider-Man, but just specifically those movies. But that's kind of it. Yeah, but this game, it looks really cool, and like I'm also not super into fighting games, but it's a genre I've been like wanting to get into for like a long time. I'm playing Fatal Fury right now. I'm still garbage at it, and the player base is dwindling. But you know, I'm.
Oh damn!
But I'm trying.
That surprises me a lot, honestly.
Oh, Fatal Fury.
Yeah, I'm surprised to hear that it's dwindling. Because I mean, the marketing campaign for that game was crazy.
Yeah.
Like they were all over the place, and they got a bunch of random ass characters in there.
Yeah. Well, I say dwindling, but I mean, I don't. This is gonna be kind of a whole other discussion, but some people kind of. It feels like there's a narrative that it's dwindling, but I mean, every time I boot up the game, like I can find matches pretty quickly, so it doesn't even matter the day. So I don't know.
It might just be some online hate.
Yeah, and I mean it's understandable if like you understand the context of SNK and all that type of stuff. But that's a whole other discussion.
Yeah.
That's all.
I was very disappointed. But go on.
But Marvel Rivals. not Marvel Rivals. I mean the fighting game. Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals the fighting game. That's really what this is.
Yeah, yeah, really. But it's I don't know how to feel because I'm not super into fighting games, even though I want to get into it. I've never played like a tag fighter before, so
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I haven't. But seeing like 4v4, I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting, but it feels like it would be incredibly chaotic. Like you're just throwing random things on the screen, and I just don't know what to do. But
yeah,
but again, I mean it does just look very cool, and because it's Arc Systems, I believe they make primarily 4-button fighters, as far as I know.
For their tag games, yeah, kind of.
Okay. And also, with it being partnered with PlayStation, like obviously like PlayStation wanted them to like make a game that will at least appeal to both, people who play fighting games before and people who are casuals like me. So I don't think it's going to be like a 6-button fighter. I have a feeling it might just be 4 buttons because it will match with the PlayStation controller, which is what majority of people who have a PS5 have. They don't really have fight sticks and all that. So, well,
PlayStation did during this show announce their own fight stick.
Yeah, they did.
That was, I mean, smart.
Yeah.
I don't know when this game is supposed to come out, but I mean that was very smart to make that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I guess I can just go ahead and just start talking the business side of things.
It comes out next year.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and start talking to the business side of things. Do you think this is one of PlayStation's live service efforts?
No.
You don't think that?
I mean, it inherently it is because it's a fighting game, and they're gonna support it. But I don't think that this is when they're talking about their live service games, I don't think that this is what they're talking about. I mean, it technically is, but I don't think this is like what they're referring to. I think they're talking about their shooters most of those games are shooters.
Mm-hmm.
But you can count it in there for sure.
Yeah, I think this will probably be considered one of their live service efforts, because I was just thinking, not every live service game is going to be a free to play like shooter or just a shooter in general. A live service game, like they consider Gran Turismo 7 a live service game. So, and same thing with MLB The Show.
That's true. That's very true.
And yeah, and MLB The Show. So, I think, I don't know. I think they're gonna, and it wouldn't surprise me if this game released as like $50 or $40 too. I can't see this game being released at $70.
This game is 100% gonna be $70.
Oh, you think it's gonna be 70? Actually, you know
Absolutely.
What? You might have a point because it is Marvel too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Marvel, and also it's a fighting game. Most fighting games are full price games. Like Tekken 8 was 70. Street Fighter 6 was 70.
No, I think Street Fighter 6 was 60.
I want to say that was 70. I think that was well, I don't know. I don't remember. It was a while ago. I think that was 70 though. No, you might be right actually. I think it might have been. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, like, these games, especially since this is a Marvel game and it's already got such insane amount of hype. Yeah, this is gonna be a full price game without a doubt. I don't see. It would be cool if it was $50, but I don't see them cutting the price on this at all.
And also, I mean, since you're kind of more in tune with fighting games, do you think this whole how do you think they'll do like the whole, I guess, modern mode version of this game? Will it be kind of like Grand Blue, where it's just like if you do like the easier input, you just do like less damage, or is it going to be like I guess Street Fighter 6, where it's just two separate control schemes?
I don't think it's going to have that at all. I think that it's probably, to be honest, I think this game is probably going to play similar to like Dragon Ball Fighters, where like the whole game is just auto combos, but then you just kind of, interrupt the auto combos. Like, it's like square is your light one, triangle is your medium, and then circle is like your launcher, your heavy, and then X is like what you use for your specials. So I think they're probably going to do that. That's what they do with their tag games. It's like Dragon Ball, Cross Tag, and Grand Blue were all kind of like that. Not the exact same, but very similar systems.
Okay.
It also makes it easier for you to, especially since there's going to be 4 characters that you have to learn for a team. It probably simplifies like the amount of like, effort and thought you have to put into like figuring out the characters and what works well and stuff like that.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. I'm just kind of interested, just both obviously the game itself, but also kind of the reception of it. I mean, we might even talk about it if we both like end up picking it up and stuff, because like it's going to be like kind of the perspective of someone who isn't really super into fighting games like myself, and someone who's pretty well versed, I would say. I guess like for you. So I don't know. It'd be
I would say so. I mean, over the past couple of years, I've like slowed down on fighting games just because I have less time. But yeah, I play a lot. I've played a lot of different kinds of fighting games.
But yeah, the game looks sick.
Yeah. This is a very. I mean, you bring up a good point before we move on. You bring up a good point in mentioning this as a live service game. Now that when I think more about it, I think this probably is one of them. It's just I think this is like a guaranteed success as long as they stick to the landing. I think like if the game launches well and it's not like terribly like broken to the point where it's unfun. It's a Marvel game. It kind of has to be a little broken. But as long as it launches well, it's got a cast that people really like, and if they like properly plan out the support, I think this is like a guaranteed hit, dude. I don't see how this couldn't land, and it would be good for Sony because Helldivers so far is the only real hit they've had in the live service space, and even that has had like a bit of a tumultuous like follow up. So we'll see. I'm very interested in seeing how this game pans out.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I guess we'll talk about the other big one, Pragmata.
Hell yeah.
Pragmata, I was interested in this game since it was first announced. I did not know that people thought this game was vaporware, but I guess people thought that.
They did?
Some people thought the game wasn't like... some people thought it was going to be like another Deep Down situation. Which
wow.
Yeah, which, if you don't know what Deep Down was about, it was basically a game that they announced when I believe the PS4 was announced.
Yeah. And
apparently there was like, they showed gameplay and such, and then we've never heard of it again.
It was quietly canceled, yeah. I shed a tear anytime I remember that fucking game, dude. Because I remember when they first showed it, I thought it looked like the coolest thing ever. I was so excited to play Deep Down, dude. It looked like this weird Monster Hunter action adventure like game. It looked so sick. But it was not to be. It was canceled. And people got to play it too. They actually did like a demo, like behind the scenes demo. So there's people out there that have actually played Deep Down. But it just never came out. But not this time. Not with Pragmata.
No. And I'm also not, I've been on this long, hellish development cycle before with Dreams. So like, I know. And I mean, at least with this game, it's been consistently like shown. Like, Well, okay.
I wouldn't say that at all.
No, okay, I'll say consistently in the fact that it's a almost 6-year development cycle. But they showed it like they showed
this. They revealed this when they were doing the big show for like the reveal of the PlayStation 5. Like this was one of the first PlayStation 5 games that was ever announced, and then it disappeared. And then they finally brought it back like I believe a year ago. And they said that it was coming soon or that they were still working on it.
Yeah, they brought it back in like 2023, I believe. It was like another trailer that showed a little bit of gameplay too, actually. Not as much as what we got now, but it showed a tiny bit.
Yeah. So this is a game being made by Capcom, who literally has not missed in I don't know how long. So I had faith that this was going to come out. They clearly believe in this game. Well, actually, now I think about it, that dinosaur game was a huge miss.
Exoprimal? Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that one, they haven't missed.
I don't know. We're going to talk about
yeah, dude, I could talk about that game for a while, dude. What were they thinking? They should have just made a Dino Crisis game. What the hell was that? But this game looks cool. It's like a guy trapped on the moon trying to get back to Earth. This cute little girl who's like a robot shows up to help him, and it's like a third-person shooter action game. It reminds me a lot of Death Stranding. The guy's like suit reminds me of Luden's, the Kojima logo. And apparently it's like a somewhat of a horror game as well. I don't know, but the action looks cool. The gameplay looks sick.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I'm curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah, it looks like, to me, it looks like the antithesis of the sad dad simulator that a lot of people whine about for like PlayStation games. It's like a happy dad simulator, and it's not even his dad; it's a robot.
Yeah, it's weirdly enough, I haven't played this game, and it's still on my list. I plan on playing it, but it kind of reminds me of Astral Chain a little bit in some aspects. Like
I can kind of see why you say that.
Yeah, and which is kind of the whole idea of playing two characters at once, right?
Right. Yeah, that's the other thing is you play as both the characters at the same time.
But yeah, that game looks sick.
Totally agree. I think that game looks really cool. I can't wait to see more of it. For me, the next big one was Romeo is a Dead Man.
Yes.
Damn, bro. Suda is so back. He's so back. Now, I will preface this by saying I believe Grasshopper Manufacturer, either they were purchased or they had a huge investment from NetEase or Tencent or one of them. So, unfortunate there, to be honest.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, this was a while ago. So that sucks. But I can't lie.
Money.
I can't lie, bro. This looks like a banger. Like, once this trailer started and I saw that weird ass rotoscope trailer, I was like, holy shit, it's a Suda51 game. I knew immediately. I really love this guy's games. I'll probably make some videos on some of his games at some point. But dude, this game looks like a combination of everything good from all of his past games. Obviously, the incredible style and stuff like from, I mean, anything he's ever made. The combat looks very much like No More Heroes. And then he busts out a gun. And it's just like Shadows of the Damned. Like, he has a bunch of different guns that he can use and stuff. It's super gory. There's all these effects and shit. Like, it
has so much
It
style.
looks so cool, dude. Yeah, it looks so cool.
Yeah, it does look cool. That was actually on my list. I have not played any of his games, but
damn, dude.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, No More Heroes 1 and 2, like, they're on the Wii and they look like old and stuff, and I'm like,
dude, they're ported on the Switch.
Yeah, they're also ported on the Switch, but like just the way the game like plays, it just looks super stiff. It looks like, it plays like a Wii game, so I don't know.
Dude, I not too long ago I replayed, because I at the time I hadn't finished No More Heroes 2. I played No More Heroes 1, 2, and I got No More Heroes 3 basically at launch, and I played Travis Strikes Again as well. I love No More Heroes, okay? I played all the games. I think you really should, at the very least, play No More Heroes 1. No More Heroes 1 is a very, very cool game. And there are parts of it that are going to aggravate you. Admittedly, like, the driving is bad. The mini games are hilariously horrendous. But, dude, the characters, the boss fights, the story, it's... No More Heroes is like a legendary game to me. Like, that is like a very, very, very awesome game. You should play it, at the very least. No More Heroes 1.
Okay. Isn't that on PlayStation? Or is it...
No, it's only on Switch. They didn't port PlayStation... Well, there was a PS3 port of No More Heroes 1, but they didn't put it on PS4, PS5. So the only way to play No More Heroes 1 and 2 is on Switch, and then Travis Strikes Again and No More Heroes 3 are on PlayStation as well.
Oh, okay. I remember one of those got ported. I think it was No More Heroes 3.
Yeah, No More Heroes 3 and Travis Strikes Again. I would also say, dude, even if you're not into No More Heroes, Lollipop Chainsaw is like a pretty fun game. The story's not going to do anything crazy for you, but it's funny, and it has like just really fun combat, a really cool aesthetic, like Lollipop Chainsaw, and that was just remastered not too long ago, and it goes on sale kind of often.
Okay. I'll definitely look into No More Heroes 1 at least.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, this game looks really cool. And I don't think it has any connection with No More Heroes. It'd be kind of weird if it did. But
Suda51 has his own like universe. So basically all of his games are interconnected. But I have no idea if this is a part of the Sudaverse or not. Okay.
So but could it be like standalone? Do you think? This game?
It could be. All the games are connected, but you can enjoy them all independently of each other. Except for, like, No More Heroes 3 and Travis Strikes Again are the most obnoxious when it comes to, like... I believe the universe is called Kill the Past. It's like... Those games are, like, totally obnoxious. Like, they just reference a ton of random shit, and you'll have no idea what's going on. But, like, No More Heroes 1, 2, Lollipop Chainsaw, Killer is Dead, even... Shadows of the Damned. You can play most of his games without knowing anything about his like universe.
Okay.
And this could be standalone, or if it's in the universe, I don't know. I would imagine this is probably them trying to make something big and new to get a more broad audience.
True. Yeah, that could be. Yeah. Man, also, yeah, whenever I saw like the moment I saw like the guy like running towards the door specifically, I was like, this feels like a Grasshopper game.
Yeah, dude.
Like just the camera work, which is so like, it's just so sporadic, and I'm like, yeah, this feels like a Grasshopper game.
Yeah, Suda's like a big nerd. He's like he's like me, but just Japanese and a lot older. he loves movies, he loves video games, he loves wrestling. And he just puts all that shit into his games. It's just very cool.
Silent Hill F.
That game looks great.
Yeah, I still need to play the Silent Hill 2 remake, but otherwise, like I have not played any Silent Hill game because I don't really care. I said don't care, bro. I don't like horror games because I know I'll be scared. I know that's the point of them. But weirdly enough, Silent Hill F, like, it looks like a horror game, but it also looks kind of like an action game too. It's interesting. I thought, horror games was all about, not giving, power to the player and stuff, but I don't know.
Have you seen Resident Evil, bro? Those games are totally horror action games.
True. You raised a good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. But I never played a Resident Evil game because I'm like, horror, not my thing. I don't like being scared. But yeah.
I get it. I'm the same way largely. I don't like horror movies or games really, but like over the past couple of years, I just kind of forced myself to engage in that medium, and there's just some good stuff, like just some really cool movies and games. Like I really like the Resident Evil 4 remake, and the original Resident Evil 4 is great too. So I will say Silent Hill F, I think I will also give a try just because it looks so cool. I love that it's like this 1960s Japan. Because I don't think Silent Hill has been in Japan before, but especially not in the 60s. So it's like fresh off of World War II, which is like a super sad and... Huh?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's actually... You know what? That could make a... Now that you say that, that would be a really interesting, like, setting. Like, for...
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a super interesting setting. It's like very sad and very dire, but just complex. Like there's just a lot going on. So it's like the country reeling from, I mean, not only the horrible shit they did, but also being bombed. Mm-hmm. So, and I think it's supposed to take place in a rural town as well. So it looks very cool. It's very Japanese too. It's being made by a Chinese studio, but like it's being made by a Chinese team, but a lot of the, I think, head like creatives on the team are Japanese. Like the music guy, the writer is Japanese as well. So this game looks very cool. It looks very cool. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a shot too. Yeah, like, and I know you said this like earlier, but I've also that's kind of what makes me a little bit more interested in horror now, because like I think of like whenever I watch like I think the type of horror I like is kind of very specific, like psychological horror. Like, yes. I think of because like of movies like Midsummer, I really like Midsummer.
Yeah. And
arguably kind of I think it was called The Lighthouse. It's by A24.
Hell yeah, dude, The Lighthouse.
Yeah. That's and The Lighthouse is many things. It's many genres. I would
dude,
say.
The Lighthouse is unironically one of my favorite movies of all time. Like it's definitely like top 10 for sure.
Yes, yeah, I love The Lighthouse. Like if it wasn't for oh man, I can't believe I'm forgetting my favorite movie all the time. I think it was called it was about this like news reporter that covers murders, but he ends up like committing murder, but covers it and like.
Dude, are you talking about Nightcrawler?
Yes, Nightcrawler.
Holy shit! Yeah, dude, Nightcrawler is so sick. That's such an awesome movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, Nightcrawler is like one of my favorite movies of all time, and like The Lighthouse is like a close second.
Dude, I don't know. Nightcrawler is probably in my top 20. Probably. That movie's excellent. Jake Gyllenhaal in that movie is fucking unbelievable.
But
anyway, enough of movies.
Because I was just thinking more about movies. But anyways, no, we're past movies now. We're past movies. And the next game was Neo 3. I have not played any of the Neo games, but I was looking at that gameplay and the trailer. I'm like, you know what? This game looks gas. It looks fire. I just liked everything about that. Like, and then hearing that it wasn't really an open world game, but like an open like field game. I believe that's how they describe it. I'm like, oh, okay. This is cool. Yeah, but I don't know anything else about Neo. I just saw the gameplay of trailer and I was like, this looks interesting.
Yeah, Neo has always looked cool to me, but it is just another, I don't want to say just another Dark Souls. That's so reductive. There's a lot different about it, but I am at this point where I'm very tired of the Soul stuff.
True. I don't know if this was a Dark Souls game though. It
is. Neo is a Dark Souls game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Dark Souls style game, but the like big thing for Neo is that it has like different stances and stuff. And like the weapons like drastically change like how you play the game. But it is fundamentally, it's like a Dark Souls game with a lot more sauce. I'll say that. Like they try their best to not make like it just like, oh, this is literally a Souls like. That's why it's so popular. A lot of people really like it because it's very different. But I will agree. I don't want to shit on this too much because I do think this game looks sick. There's like that clip where he equips a katana or something and he jumps in the air and starts spinning around and attacks the dude like that. It looks so sick.
Yeah, I was kind of under the impression that it was going to be kind of more like an action oriented game, like I don't know, I guess like maybe DMC or Bayonetta or something like that.
No, No, they're Dark Souls games.
Okay.
Unless they changed it in Neo 3. But I played Neo 1. I didn't beat it, but I did play Neo 1, and it's a Dark Souls game.
Okay. And the last game on here, I'm not really gonna say much about it because the more I read about it, I'm like, oh, I don't know how I feel about it. But it's Sea of Remnants. It's like
Oh, this. Yeah, dude. Ugh. Dude,
It looks interesting, but then I think I found out it was like going to be like free to play.
Yeah,
And
man.
I think NetEase is publishing it too.
Yeah.
And
it's straight up a NetEase game. It's made by NetEase.
Okay.
NetEase is Joker Studio, is what they say here. It's a NetEase team.
Okay. But and they didn't really show any gameplay as far as I know, but the style of it looked pretty interesting. I don't know. I'll lightly keep my eye on it just to see what it's about. But I don't know. They got 2 strikes right now.
Yeah. I was watching this trailer and I was actually pretty into it until like all the magic shit showed up. Like I was like, oh, this is actually cool because I love Assassin's Creed 4, and it looked like an Assassin's Creed 4 style game where you're going out being a pirate doing cool stuff. It's got a weird puppet look to it. I thought it looked cool, but the longer it went on, the less I was like into it. And then when I looked it up, it was like this free to play, NetEase, probably a gacha. I'm like,
Yeah.
It looks cool. It could be cool, but I've lost interest totally.
Yeah, hopefully it's cool. That'd be nice.
Well, that is it for the PlayStation Showcase. Overall, I mean the State of Play. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was like really good. I think it was the best show out of all 3 this week.
I thought it was the best PlayStation Showcase of all time thus far. Like genuinely, like they showed non-stop heat. And they started off with like specifically like when it started off with like Luminous Arise and Pragmata, I was just like, this must be made specifically for me.
It was a lot of like highly specific, very Japanese games, and I fuck with that, dude.
Yeah.
We need to go back to Sony being, PlayStation being a Japanese company. There's nothing wrong with the games that it makes now. I think most of PlayStation's first party IP are like all consistently pretty great. So,
yes.
I love The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War, all that stuff. Ghost of Tsushima's really good. Like, I like all that stuff. So, but it's also just cool to have more variety, Like, yes. Not everything needs to be a third-person action game. You can do more stuff like Astrobot, or have a smaller AA type game, or just something that's just more off the wall. That's why a lot of people were shitting on Intergalactic, and I'm hesitant about it, but I think like just it looks so different from like the usual PlayStation game so I'm just interested in it. I want to see how that goes. But anyway, on to the next show, Summer Game Fest. The first one I'll go into. I don't have that much to say about it, but I just wanted to bring it up because I've seen it a couple times and I think it looks cool. Mixtape. This is like this summer high school drama experience that I never had. Where it's just a bunch of like white people smoking weed and Mom.
Yeah.
I did not kiss Andrew type beat. Yeah. Like it's got that like whole thing going on. So I think it looks cool, dude. And I like smaller, kind of moody, story games like that. So and the soundtrack sounds fucking great. So yeah, I'm into this game. I want to play it for sure.
Yeah, as far as the soundtrack, it's funny that The Cure's in it, and I'm like, that just like that perfectly fits that type of game. I feel like. Have you heard of Lost Records?
Yes, I think so. That sounds very familiar. Let me look that up real quick.
It was on PS Plus. It was like a Day 1 PS Plus game.
I want to say, didn't it kind of look like... Yeah. It looks just like Life is Strange. And it's made by Donut. Okay, makes sense.
I feel... now, to be fair, I have not... I only played... okay. I'm not really into these types of games. It doesn't really click with me. And it's kind of weird because, I feel like I would be that type of demographic because that's kind of, it's very like 2000s, late 1990s, I guess. But primarily 2000s, which is, that's not where I grew up in, but, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But I just... It's not really for me. It just feels a little bit too like campy, and I kind of understand that it might be a little bit of the point of some of the time, but
yeah,
it's just not really for me. But the reason why I brought up Lost Records is because it reminded me a lot of that, and I swear I probably got these two games confused at one point because they're both, the title of the game is very, music centric, and the vibe of it's very similar. To even have similar color palettes of being purple and stuff. So I don't know, but
this game is being made by Beethoven and Dinosaur, which I think is a fucking ridiculous but somewhat awesome name. But they made The Artful Escape.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I played that, and I did not like that game. I did not like that game, at all. But this, I don't know, it's different. Like I said, I like the kind of cheesy, teeny romance almost, walking simulator adventure games. So I'm into it. Huh?
Oh, teenagers being teenagers.
Yeah, the coming of age kind of story. Yeah. It does look kind of cheesy. It looks very San Francisco, Oregon, or whatever. Very teeny bopper type thing. But I'm here for it. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. It looks like it'll at the very least be an interesting time.
I think you should check out Lost Records. I feel like you might like it. I can't really judge it. I don't
think I will like that game.
Oh, okay.
That's why I didn't play it. Yeah, okay. I like the first Life is Strange, but everything after that I was not into.
Okay. I mean, I only played an hour because I was like, you know what? Let me at least give this game a try. Let me. It's just not for me, man. Not to say that the game is bad, because it's just those type of games just aren't really my thing. Life is Strange, it's not my thing.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's not. It's a very eclectic taste. I don't blame you at all.
Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, man, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough out here because I just got Mario Kart World and it's really good. So I don't know if this game's gonna. I mean, they're two different games, right? But I don't know, man. I hope it's good. I hope the game is good. But the game is kind of beside the point. The main event is
who gives a fuck about the game?
Huh?
Who gives a fuck about the game? It's Hatsune Miku, baby.
I'm saying, bro. Miku, Ichiban from Yakuza, Like a Dragon, Joker.
Yeah, more importantly, Joker.
Joker is. I mean, to be fair, Sega puts Joker in seemingly everything.
Yeah, seriously.
Or Persona 5 stuff in seemingly everything.
That's also how you know a game's going to die, by the way.
No!
anytime Persona 5 has a crossover event with a gacha game, the game dies within 6 months. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, now that you mention it, I hope this curse isn't true for this game.
Well, this isn't a crossover, it's baked into the game, so it's guaranteed success.
True. I mean, true. And most importantly, Steve and Alex from Minecraft. We can't forget.
Yeah, that's so crazy. And I don't know if you saw, actually leaked.
Oh, you know what's funny?
SpongeBob.
I was gonna mention the leaks, but I wasn't sure if you wanted to talk about it or not. But yeah, so
Dude,
we got
fucking SpongeBob. I can't not talk about that.
yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Also, I've got to say, like, it's kind of amazing how this game is a Sonic and Sega All-Stars racing game, just without calling itself that. It is literally Sonic All-Stars transformed, but they just didn't call it that for some reason. And I guess I get it, like, Sonic Racing probably means more as an IP than it's Sonic and Sega. But it's wild. I mean, this game is fucking ridiculous. Like, why? Miku makes sense, I guess Sega owns Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
But it's just like, dude, what is going on? It's fucking SpongeBob and Steve. Yeah. Are they trying to make the Super Smash Brothers of kart racers?
Please.
Like, it's so crazy. This is very smart, though. I mean, I don't know whose idea this was, but genius idea, really.
Technically, they didn't show off SpongeBob yet, so it's. But I mean,
well, he did
get a leak. Yeah, that was a leak. But wait until the world finds out about SpongeBob in this game.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be huge, and that opens up more opportunities for other Nickelodeon characters as well.
True, but I'm thinking way wider world. Okay, I want to see I don't know, like The Rock in here or something. Like, it wouldn't make any sense. But please. Matter of fact, nah. Let's not do The Rock. Let's do like John Cena or like R-Truth, since that's kind of right now.
Yeah, put R-Truth in Sonic. What the fuck are we talking about?
Actually, wait a minute. wait. Actually, the more I think about it, R-Truth would work perfect for this.
Yeah, dude. This Sega also, man. Sega has been very quietly putting out banger after banger after banger after banger, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think this game looks good. I actually love Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing Transform. I actually used to play that on Vita like a shit ton. And I played the Sonic racing tag team game. I forgot what it was called.
Team Racing.
I didn't really like that game actually, but this looks like a return to what I liked. So yes. I'm definitely for this. And it's got my boy Joker in there. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and it's got Miku. Like, come on now. Like, and SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And Steve.
Yeah, okay. SpongeBob kills me, dude. That's insane. That's fucking great. His stage leak too, bro. He has a stage. What is going on?
But dude, you know what's crazy? Actually, the more I think about it, maybe Nick's just like onto something, because I didn't put this in my list, but first off, they have
that game.
Yeah, they have that Nicktoons game or whatever it's called, which I'm not even going to talk more about it. I'm not buying it. It looks kind of garbage. But they also
Dice
have
of Destiny. That's what it was called.
Oh yeah, whatever. I'm not buying it. But they also have the SpongeBob stage in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Oh shit! I don't think I knew about that.
Yes, they teased it like at the end of one of the trailers, and it's crazy. So I don't know. Maybe Nick's kind of wanting to put their foot in, the video game stuff. I don't know. Even though they have like games,
Well, actually, no. There's no maybe. They 100% are, because they did a remaster of SpongeBob and the Battle for Bikini Bottom, I think is what it's called. Yeah. And that did really well. And then I think they did a sequel to that, or a new 3D SpongeBob platforming game that also did pretty well. Mm. And then they also have those Nickelodeon Smash clone games.
Yeah, also.
Yeah, the second one, I mean, they need to put more budget into them. But that second one did pretty okay. So I think Nickelodeon is. I think they are trying to be more serious about making their games. And honestly, dude, all they ever really had to do was put more money into the games, and they would succeed. That was always the problem with those games. They just never really had enough budget to actually make something truly special or to really catch people's eyes. So I'm glad that they're doing more stuff.
Yeah,
this went way off topic. But
yeah, no, that's super off topic. But I mean, SpongeBob is like my childhood show. I guarantee you, a part of my sense of humor came because I was watching that show 24/7. So, so yeah.
Mouse PI for hire.
That's on my list.
I took it off just because I was like, dude, I have so many things on this fucking list, and I've seen this game for so long. I've just been waiting for them to announce a release date. I'm like, dude, get it over with already. I want to play this. It's like a weird rubber hose art style boomer shooter.
Oh, I didn't
and
know
you're
that.
a detective. Yeah, it's kind of like a boomer shooter, dude. It's like, this shit looks so cool. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, this just looks awesome. Yeah, I don't have much to say. It just looks awesome. Hurry up already. Mm. Oh yeah, and Troy Baker is playing the main character. What the fuck? That's so wild. Yeah, dude. Yeah, this looks awesome.
Yeah, that game does look very cool. It's I just like that art style, like, of shooters having like I guess JPEG, like instead of like it being 3D, it's like just
like
pictures.
A 2D shooter.
Yeah, sprites. Because another shooter that is completely was not part of this or anything like that, but a shooter called Tamashika.
Yes. That game looks crazy.
Yes, it appeals to me a lot.
It looks like it would give me a damn
seizure.
What? Yeah, or Caesar playing it, but it looks cool.
Yeah. You know what? Let's just keep the weird games going. Let's talk about Felt That Boxing.
Dude! That game looks so crazy.
Yes. I wonder if it's going to be kind of like Punch-Out. I really hope it is. That'd be really cool.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like you're like, dodging, and weaving just like in Punch-Out and stuff. Just more like exaggerated and stuff. But man, that game is just... It honestly is very technically impressive to me because it genuinely looks like a Jim Henson puppetry like style, like it
looks real. Like the animation, the animation looks like real ass puppets. I wouldn't be surprised if this is so fucking true. I'm looking at the trailer right now. It's kind of creepy how much this looks like a real puppet.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow I guess they did mocap for it or something like that. But even the way he falls over, like he just flies all over the place.
Yeah.
And the game looks genuinely funny too. Like I was watching this, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the puppet, I was like, dude, come on. But it got me, dude. Like it was kind of funny. It's kind of cute, dude. Like it looks cool.
Yeah. And also Flying Lotus doing the soundtrack for this, that was I was already fairly interested in this game, but Flying Lotus is one of my favorite electronic artists of all time. I was just like, what? I could not believe it. And I'm so curious as to how the soundtrack of that game. I wonder if it's going to be in his typical electronic, very sporadic style. Because if so, that'll be incredibly funny. Or if it's going to be more fitting of the game, how it looks and stuff. Kind of maybe more orchestral and stuff. I don't know. But all I know is that the soundtrack has a high chance of slapping. So
the next game I wanna bring up is Death Stranding 2. Now, I'm tired of seeing this game. Not because I'm not excited for it, not because I dislike it, but holy shit, dude. I can only see so many cutscenes, bro. I want to see the cutscenes in the game. That long trailer they did a couple months ago that was 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Half of that I was like, holy shit, I didn't want to see this. But it's Death Stranding. What am I gonna say? It's Kojima. He loves his cutscenes. It looks great, dude. It looks great.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Even though I have also seen a lot of cutscenes of this game, I still have no idea what's going on. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Sure, go crazy, man. His tongue is an octopus tentacle. Sure, whatever. Whatever. I'm down with that, I guess.
Yeah, but, I don't really know either, honestly. But that's okay.
But yeah, specifically at Summer Games Fest, I saw the cutscene. I was just like, I don't understand the context of it, but I would say, it looks great. The acting is not surprisingly on point. Yeah, it comes out in a couple of weeks, so I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. There's not much else to say. The previews for this game have been very good, though. By the way, I don't know if we talked about it, but the previews have been very good. There seems to be like a lot more action, and it seems to be much more of a like choosing how you approach scenarios and stuff. It looks like just what the doctor ordered for me, honestly. More story, more action. Yes, please.
Yes.
Acts of Blood. This game looks awesome. This looks like a mix between Sleeping Dogs and damn it, what is that slow clap game called? That martial arts game?
Sifu.
And Sifu. It looks like a mix between Sleeping Dogs and Sifu. And dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is like my dream game, okay? Ever since I was a kid, I've always had this weird like imagination where I would like imagine a video game where you're kind of just in an open area like a Walmart or a Best Buy or something, and you're just beating the fuck, like there's just waves and waves of enemies, and you're just beating the shit out of them, interacting with the environment, throwing them off of things and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And that's like one of the things I loved about Sleeping Dogs is how, I mean, the combat in itself is just very solid and very good, but you can also interact with the world, throw them into different obstacles and stuff like that. And this game is speaking to me, man. It's like very, very similar to Sifu, somewhat similar like art style and animation kind of.
And setting, I believe.
Huh?
And setting.
And setting as well, yeah, because I think this game is in China. Yeah, dude, I mean, this game just looks sick, dude. I don't know what else to say. It just looks really, really cool. And also I think Sifu was a really good game. I had a couple gripes with it. One of my things was that I just wasn't really into... I know it's like a core gimmick. I just don't really like roguelites. So, like, I was like, whatever. Whenever you have to die or whatever, and it, like, brings you back, and then you run out of lives, and you have to do the whole game over again. This doesn't seem like it's a roguelite, so I don't have to deal with that. So that's sick. And also, dude, again... parkour is in this game. Holy shit, bro. I love climbing on shit.
Real.
So yeah, I think this game was sick.
Yeah, it's actually funny. I was originally going to put this on my list of games too, but I didn't put it on. But yeah, the combat looks interesting. And it was, like you mentioned, kind of like using the environment whenever you attack enemies and stuff. I'm gonna just keep an eye on it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna beat her day one or nothing. But, I'm going to keep an eye on it. If at the bare minimum, I would say if this was on PS Plus, I'll check it out for sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Yeah, I think the frame rate and, like, some of the animation didn't look completely done. So it might be kind of early. But I really enjoyed what I was seeing so far. Oh, no, this game takes place in Indonesia, actually. Not China.
Oh, interesting. Oh, it is Southeast Asian. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I guess next I'll say let's do I guess Arc Raiders kind of something kind of light, I guess. I initially did not know anything about this game until the whole marathon fiasco happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't play like I think it was like a open beta, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
But I was looking at gameplay of it, and man, this game, it looks like if The Last of Us Online was to be a thing, or was a thing.
Rest in peace, dude.
Yeah. But this looks like very close to what it would probably play like. Just the way the I guess you could say like combat and how shooting and stuff works. It looks really cool. I've also never played an extraction shooter, but yeah, whenever this game comes out, I can definitely see myself playing it for sure. And
is this game free to play? Do you know?
I believe it's a premium game. I don't know if they ever set the price. A lot of people say it's $40, but I couldn't really find anything online that was saying it was $40. But people are saying it is, so I don't know. But I mean, yeah, it looks really cool. I just hope it has gyro aim.
Yeah, I think this game looks very cool. But I don't know. I'm not terribly interested in it. I don't know why. It does look really cool, but I'm just not. It's not really grabbing me. Code Vein 2. Now listen.
That was also on my list.
I know I literally just said that I was getting tired of Dark Souls games, but I really liked Code Vein. All right, I'm a Code Vein apologist. All right, I know that it's got its flaws. The level design was not great. Balancing was kind of not great, and the bosses were kind of ridiculous sometimes. But the combat in that game was so fun. All right, the combat in Code Vein is probably like the most fun I had playing a Souls-like game. And so I was like, when I played the first one, I was like, damn, I really hope that like they make another one of these. And it's just been a while, so I just thought it wasn't gonna happen. But dude, it's back. Code Vein is back. I was very surprised. I was so surprised that I was talking in Discord while I was watching this, and one of my friends said, "Is this Code Vein?" And I said, "Nah, no way. It's not Code Vein. This is probably some other Bandai anime game." And then Code Vein showed up on the screen, and I was like, "Holy shit!" But yeah, this game looked cool, dude. I like the first one. It does look a little bit less vampire-y than the first game was. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the exposed hearts, but yeah, looks cool.
I have not played Code Vein, and this game, it looked interesting. I really don't have much else to say about it. But,
yeah, that is fine.
But yeah, it looks interesting. Yeah, that's it. I guess I'll talk about Mina the Hollower. This game, again, looks very cool. I've actually kind of had my eye on this game for a while now. But if you don't know, it's a completely solo project, I believe. It was just kind of started off as like a for fun project, but Yacht Club saw, the person that made this game was already working at Yacht Club, and he was making this game as like, just kind of for fun and on his own time. And then he showed it off
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then he showed it off to like a coworker, and they were like, "Yo, this game's cool." And then it kind of just spread it from there, and now Yacht Club wants to just support it and just publish it, and I think that's really cool.
That's awesome, dude.
Mm-hmm. But
I thought this was just like their own game that they were just making already.
No, it was originally like kind of a solo project, and he showed off to his coworkers, and yeah, and it kind of grew. But yeah, it looks really cool. It's weird. I don't really have much to say about it besides that. But
how would you describe this game? Because I think this game looks cool too. I love the pixel art and everything. But is this basically like a NES Zelda type game? Is that what I'm looking at?
Kinda. It's more in line with Link's Awakening on the Game Boy. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But it looks really cool, and also it kind of has. This is the complete Splatoon brain rot happening right now, but it has a.
My gosh.
But it has like the Splatoon thing of going underground to avoid obstacles and stuff like that, and I love stuff like that.
All right, Scott Pilgrim EX. Now listen.
Oh yeah, I know. Whenever I saw that, I was like, man, this is definitely a you game. I know you were like just watching. I'm like, yeah, he's definitely excited for this.
Bro, I was. Yeah, dude, I screamed, dude. I was like, let's fucking go. All right, dude. So this. I was there. The more, I mean, it's Scott Pilgrim. All right, I love Scott Pilgrim. I've like consumed everything Scott Pilgrim. I love the movie. I love the comic. I love the first game. I even really liked the anime that came out. But the more I learned about this game, the more excited I got. So the first Scott Pilgrim game was originally made by a team in Ubisoft. And at some point, apparently that team was let go, or they all just left. And they formed Tribute Games. And I thought, tribute game sounds very familiar. Where have I heard them from? And dude, these guys have been quietly putting out bangers, dude. Like, they've made so many good games. They made Panzer Paladin, which I've heard is very good. Mercenary Kings is very good. Ninja Senki DX I heard was really good. And then I believe, they did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Oh, wow.
And they're making Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah, they're definitely super into, like, the beat-em-up genre. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's good because that first Scott Pilgrim is awesome. Dude, that game was, like, shockingly good. So this is really the original team that made that game. So I was so excited to see this, dude. I'm glad it's the same people. They have Anamanaguchi doing the soundtrack as well. I mean, I don't know. I literally could not ask for anything more. And also, Brian Lee O'Malley, who's the original creator of Scott Pilgrim, is helping with the story for this too. So yeah, I mean, nothing bad to say about this. This looks fucking awesome. I love Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. I don't want to say like, oh, I hate Scott Pilgrim like that. I think I watched like the movie whenever I was a kid, and I was like, this is pretty cool. It was funny, and I kind of forgot about it. And then I see like clips of the movie every now and then. I'm like, yeah, this is a lot more better than I remember. Yeah, but besides that, the game, it looks really polished, really good. I'm shocked that it's very cool that this game is even being made because, you know, the whole story of the first game or the original like Scott Pilgrim game, like being delisted for like a long time and stuff like that. And it was like, it's a whole type of thing. But it's cool that this game's being made. I don't know if I would play it, but I don't know. Maybe if it's on PS Plus, I might check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Next game I want to talk about is End of Abyss. This game reminds me of Little Nightmares.
That game. Okay, yeah. I was also trying to remember what that was.
Yeah, but it's like a top. First off, the world does not have enough twin stick shooters. Okay, and not only is it a twin stick shooter, but it's an atmospheric one too. I'm like, yo, I am absolutely in with whatever this is going to be. It has like this very like kind of like unnerving, kind of creepy vibe to it, and it's a twin stick shooter. Like I'm in.
This game is literally Little Nightmares with a gun. It's so wild.
Mm-hmm.
Atomic Heart 2. Now, they also announced, I think it's called
the
MMO.
That
weird. I have no idea what was going on. I mean, that looked insane. I don't have too much to say about it though. But Atomic Heart 2 also looks insane. I played the first Atomic Heart game. I liked it quite a bit. I think there's like a lot to like and a lot to dislike, especially the main character. He was awful. And I think the ending is probably one of the worst endings I've ever seen in a video game. But nonetheless, I did enjoy my time. So I was very excited to see it coming back, and so quickly too, because Atomic Heart came out only like 2 years ago or something. It really hasn't been that long. And like this looks like a bunch of crazy shit. Like I don't even know how to explain what's going. It looks like this weird mix of like BioShock Infinite with just more random shit. It seems like they're really trying to embrace the wacky, zany like tone that I think they were going for with the first one. So they're really diving into the silliness. And I'm for that. I think the more serious the game got, I think the worse the story was. So if they can take like the crazy robots going all over the place with the weird, alternate history and shit like that, I can definitely, I'd probably enjoy that more. And then you've got the sexy robots back as well.
Yeah, I did not play Atomic Heart. I only know of it because of the sexy robots. So, like you could whenever the game released, I just couldn't escape it. Like, I wasn't even looking for it. I would just couldn't like record video. I'm like, okay, I guess. I'll say this: they at least have a very cool design. You know, that's sick.
Yeah, the art design in Atomic Heart is very cool.
Yeah, but that's all I really know about the game. Like I know it's a shooter. That's it. I think
Fair enough.
If anything, it's just more weird to me that they're putting out an MMO. Like,
yeah, the cube thing is fucking strange.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I've never. What studio is making this?
They're called Mundfish.
Mundfish
or Monkfish.
Is their only game Atomic Heart?
Yeah, Atomic Heart is like the first game that they ever made.
That's so like that's what makes it so weird to me. It's just like I don't know, man. Like putting out an MMO and then like I don't know. I don't know how big the studio is. Like they just kind of came out of nowhere in my eyes. And
yeah, it is very bold. There's like I think some people said that they have some investments from like the Russian government, which is also a broad moment to be honest. But
that is huge.
Because they're a studio that's like based in Russia, but they weren't like they're not like you know like NetEase or Tencent where they're like formed by the like Chinese government or whatever. Like they just happen to be a Russian team, and then like the war in Ukraine happened like right like when this game's hype cycle was like starting, so it was like it was crazy unfortunate timing.
That is unfortunate, man.
Yeah. But the MMO thing, I mean, if we're gonna talk about it, I didn't have it on my list, but they're you know they're aligned. I mean, it is in the same universe as
Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart, and there's gun customization. You got the flat Earth going on, and dude, I have no idea what this Cube game is. I mean, it's the same with the Atomic Heart 2 trailer. Like, there's just shit happening. I don't know what I'm looking at. I need like more information for what's going on.
Yeah, they also really like doubled down on the sexy robot stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm
not gonna complain.
No, I mean I'm not gonna complain, but like, I like that. That's all I know about them. So it's just
dude,
like,
I mean, it's smart though. Like the things that really like popped off from Atomic Heart was the sexy robots, and then the like upgrade machine that wants to fuck you. So like, it makes sense that they would double down on it.
Yeah,
and make the pretty ladies and sexy robots.
Yeah,
this chick in the Cube trailer is like wearing a skimpy like. It's like she's wearing like a one-piece swimsuit, and then like it's like a armored swimsuit, and then there's like nipples on it. It's like what is going on? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a very horny dev team.
Yeah, whenever I was like they were showing the trailer, I just got flashbanged by ass, and I'm like, I was expecting that. Like,
yeah,
it's. I mean, I'm sure it's like, you know, part of like it obviously is like part of the game, but I'm just like, okay, I'll say it like this: if that's all I know of the game, like, I don't know, man, if that's a really good thing to say.
I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that, honestly. Let's just move on. Very horny games from the Russian developer.
Yeah. Let's do something PG. Let's talk about Lego Party. All right, so.
Oh wow. You know, I'm not surprised you brought this up, actually.
Bro, we are in such a need of Mario Party-like games. Why has Mario Party been running this type of game for decades? Like, probably more than that, actually, the more I think about it. There is not enough Mario Party type of games. And I'm just happy to see there is one coming up. So, yeah.
I get it, yeah. I think I walked out of the room when this trailer started. I don't actually remember this at all. But this is cool. I mean, yeah, I like Mario Party, so I'm not going to complain. And Lego is really, dude, they're also really, like, getting into the video games again, so cool. It looks good.
And their games are, like, actually good too. I mean, they've always made good games, but
yeah.
So, but I hope this game is good. We need more Mario. We need more party games outside of like Mario Party and Jackbox, which Jackbox doesn't count because that's that's something else entirely. That's like the equivalent of like Cards Against Humanity. You know, it's not the same.
Yeah, kind of. The next thing I want to bring up that I was very, very pleased to see, but I don't think I have that much to say about it. And it was like the final stinger for the show, but Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil Requiem. I like Resident Evil. I wouldn't call myself a big fan, but I've played like all of the mainline games. But a lot of people were looking forward to this, and a lot of people speculated that it was going to be revealed at the Summer Game Fest, and they were right. I want to see more, though. Obviously, this was like a lot of cutscenes. It's like this weird... It's like we're going back to Raccoon City, and it's after it's been nuked into oblivion, and this girl's got some PTSD about a hotel or something. The setting being a hotel... Huh?
Jesus Christ, what goes down in Resident Evil? It got nuked.
Oh, no, yeah, dude. Yeah, Resident Evil, there's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of shit happening in Resident Evil, but yeah, she goes back to a hotel. I think that's what this is. It's either a hotel or a hospital. But either way, I mean, a hotel or a hospital for a horror game, those are both excellent settings in my opinion, because both are inherently fucking creepy. So, yeah, I think it looks cool. I don't know if we're gonna see Leon again. That'd be nice. He's my favorite Resident Evil character. But it seems like the girl is the main character here. So, you know, we'll see. Looks scary. Looks cool.
Yeah, it looks intriguing. I have not played, as I mentioned before, but I haven't played Resident Evil, so I don't really know. But people were excited for it, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I guess the next game I'll talk about, I'm not going to talk much about it because there really wasn't much to talk about, but Ill.
Dude, that game was funny.
Yeah. I would say the gore physics or whatever, engine or whatever, is really impressive. Yeah. And it looks cool. Like, graphically speaking, it looks really good. But that's it.
I just noticed this game is actually being co-developed by Team Clout and also in collaboration with Munfish.
Interesting. Dude,
Munfish they're getting around, man.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention to that. I just saw the guy kick the baby, and I was just like, that's
the kicking baby gif is amazing. This game is fucking terrifying, though. This is maybe like the scariest game I've ever seen in my damn life. This is horrifying shit. Like, it's just people who look fucked up. Is there anything really scarier than that?
Yeah. Nah, this is real, bro. Yes.
Yeah, like this.
Bro, play The Last of Us. Like, you'll see.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Like, this shit was so creepy. I mean, I was watching the trailer. I wasn't scared. You know, I'm a tough guy and everything. But like, dude, the movements of the characters and everything, the gore physics, like you said, like this looks so fucked. There's no way in hell I'm playing this game, but it looks really good.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. I kind of like that. Like, they just look so inhuman. Like, just the way they move. Whenever you, like it just, yeah. It kind of reminds me of Attack on Titan a little bit. Just, I don't know how the time.
I can get that, yeah.
Stranger Than Heaven, which I have a feeling that was probably
yes, sir.
Yes. First off, title is so hard. I wish man, if I ever like made something, anything like that's a hard title. I love that.
Yeah, it is very cool.
It reminds me of Nintendo's original slogan, which I think was "Leave luck to heaven," and like that's just tough.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That goes crazy.
Yeah, it's hard, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I never played Yakuza or any of those games, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It looks like it's like a detective game, but there's like action. There's like actual action elements to it. So I don't know. It's cool. I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Yeah. So this game is also very interesting to me because of for one, the setting is cool. I don't think I've ever seen this. Or seen the 1915 Japan. So this is like, Japan goes through multiple periods where they close themselves off from the rest of the world. They're like a very historically isolationist country.
Yes.
And this is like a time when there's kind of like a lot of like Western influence coming in. So it has this cool ass weird aesthetic where it's like a mix of, very old Japanese architecture. You still got like some people wearing kimonos and stuff like that. But you also have like things like
hats,
like
top hats.
like people got top hats and big
stuff.
cloaks and like all kinds of weird like Western shit. And like there's like a lot of street lights and stuff like that. I think jazz music as well.
Yeah.
So like there's like a lot of different influences just on the look of the game. And also the main character, you find out at the end of the trailer, is I think he's mixed race. I think like a part of the big story for the game is that he has to struggle with his identity being, I guess, half Japanese, half white. I think that's what they're inferring. So I think this shit looks awesome, dude. This looks really cool.
I never took that away from. Well, yeah, you're right. There is a lot of like a mixture of like Western culture and Eastern culture and stuff. That's interesting. Yeah, that would. I think the story's gonna be really good. I mean, I know like the Yakuza devs are kind of known for having like good stories and stuff, but I've never played a Yakuza game. But yeah, that's a really interesting idea. I never thought about that.
Yeah, and the like I was saying earlier, I'm a sucker for melee combat. And this also looks like it's going to be... I mean, it's Yakuza. Their combat always is like very interactable with the environment. But there's like a part where he like kicks a guy and throws him off of like a railing or whatever. And it seems to be either a morality or some sort of choice-based mechanics in the game where you have to decide, I guess, how you want to act, how ruthless you want to be. And then the combat just looks so smooth, dude. I mean... There's like the guy falls into the ground and then he shoots at him and he just fucking sidesteps a bullet, bro. Like, it looks... This game looks very cool. I like the Yakuza games. I'm not crazy about them like a lot of other people are. But this for sure I'm gonna be getting. This game looks really, really cool. All right, so next is the Xbox Showcase.
Next is Clockwork Revolution.
Yes.
This game looks very interesting. While I haven't played while I haven't played BioShock yet, it kind of reminds me of BioShock, but I think the whole time manipulation thing is just really interesting. It feels like this game's going to also have multiple endings too. But yeah, I just really like what I saw.
Dude, this game is super interesting. I remember at a previous Xbox show, they had showed a cinematic trailer for this. And I thought it looked pretty interesting there. I mean, they said they had way less information. To me, it just looked like a steampunk BioShock game. And I love BioShock, so I was like immediately down. But, we got this insanely... I mean, it's 5 minutes and 30 seconds, which doesn't sound long, but a lot of these trailers that we got were fairly short. Like, they were like 1 to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And so when I was watching this, it felt like it just kept going and going and going. And this was like...
Yeah, definitely.
The most information we got for a game probably all weekend. This game looks crazy. It's like a Western RPG with like time powers where you can go back and forth in time and change the past.
You can reverse your bullets and stuff too. You can like shoot.
Yeah,
it's really crazy.
Yeah, and there, I mean it's got this British comedic thing going on, which I can appreciate. And then it's also like kind of brutal. Like they showed a cutscene where like a dude was just getting his face bashed in, depending on like your choices. So I'm all about this. I really like Western RPGs, and this looks like totally insane. This studio, I forgot what they were called. They're called In Exile. They made, I want to say, 2 or 3 different RPGs before this, but they were different kinds. They were kind of like isometric RPGs that were very like dialogue heavy. So I wasn't like familiar with their game, to be honest, but I heard that their games are like all about choice and consequences. So like the more stuff you do, you know, it changes like how you know, it affects the characters around the world and stuff like that. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. This looks really, really cool. And the gun customization reminded me a lot of like Fallout 4, which is like one of the best things about that game, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm all about this. This game looks really, really cool.
Is this coming to PS5? I don't remember if it was or not.
Bro, everything's coming to PS5.
Okay, if it's not there, it's going to eventually come. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. If it's not coming to PS5 at launch, it's definitely going to happen eventually. Like I don't, at this point, I don't think Xbox has any console exclusives anymore.
No.
I think everything's a foregone conclusion.
No, I don't think so either. Also, as far as the humor, it's not really my type of humor for this game, but I don't know. I think I might just let it slide.
The next game I wanted to talk about, let's go with a hot take here. I want to talk about Persona 4 Revival.
Okay.
All right. Now listen. I love Persona, all right? And I'm not a modern Persona fan who's never played the games before. I've played Persona 1, Persona 2, Persona 3, 4, 5, you know?
Wait, did you play both Persona 2 games?
No, I have not played the Persona 2 sequel. That's true. I have not played that game.
Okay, but close enough. You did play Persona 2. A lot of people can't say that. Yeah. So, and I've played the spin-offs and all that shit. Dude, I played Persona 5 and 3 Dancing. What have you played, huh? Have you guys played that? I doubt it. But I'm a Persona enjoyer. But I'm gonna say this right now. Persona 4 is actually my least favorite of the I guess the modern Persona games, the 3, 4, and 5, the one that people really care about. It is a great game. It is awesome. But I'm not like in love with it like a lot of other people are. Like Persona 4 Golden rocked a lot of people's worlds, and it was one of those every so often, every couple of years, a JRPG will come out and people will be like, whoa, JRPGs are kind of amazing actually. Yeah,
happened with Persona 4 Golden, happened with Persona 5. Yeah, it happened with Metaphor, and then it happened with Expedition 33.
Yeah.
So, Persona 4 Golden, at that time, especially since it was only on the Vita, it was huge for its time, and it got milked to death. All right, I had to live through the milking of Persona 4. It wasn't a very pleasant milking, all right? It was a very long one. And, like I said, I love Persona 4, but I also don't really think it needed a remake. I think Persona 4 Golden is a very much playable game. The dungeons are fine. The graphics are fine. Music, gameplay, all that stuff is like perfectly good to me. It's not the same as like Persona 3, where Persona 3 has so many versions with different content within them. And, it's not what we got. Everybody wanted like a Persona 3 that had all the different Persona 3 versions content in one package. We didn't get that, but we got something close enough, I guess. And so and also people hated Tartarus in Persona 3, so like a revamped Tartarus was also something that people really wanted. But Persona 4 doesn't really need any of that. So I really never really wanted a Persona 4 remake. I knew it was going to happen, obviously. There's no reason business-wise for them to not do it. The other thing I gotta say, dude, I am not looking forward to another decade of Naoto and kanji discourse. Yeah. Dude, like, I don't want to see it. I don't need to see it. I hate that it happens all the time anyway. It's like people will randomly play Persona 4 and then be like, whoa, is this character like trans? Whoa! Yeah. And it's like, Oh my fucking! We just don't have to see it again, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna play this game. I'm probably gonna buy it day one because I do love Persona. But am I excited? No. And also, this footage.
It didn't show anything.
They didn't show anything.
That's it.
Yes, it shows you running, and his character model doesn't really look too great, and neither does his running animation. And also, the game looks bright as fuck.
Yeah, it's very high contrast for sure.
Yeah, it's weird to me because, like, I know some people. Well, I don't know. It depends on how you read what Inaba is supposed to be. How I always interpreted Inaba, and to me, how they present it in the game, is that it is this, random country bumpkin town that nobody likes. All the people that are there actively want to leave. That's like damn near every single person's like story in that game. Even the main antagonist,
That's
a huge
Yosuke.
part of the reason. Huh?
That's Yosuke, really. That's Yosuke.
Yeah, dude.
Yukiko, I believe.
Yeah, Yosuke, Yukiko, Chie to an extent. Multiple people in the game actively are just like, dude, I can't wait to get out of this shitty piece of shit town. And
Yeah.
And then, like, one of the huge plot lines in the game is Junet's fucking Walmart showing up and ruining the local businesses. Like, nobody really likes Inaba. It's not like, it's supposed to be a real piece of shit rundown place with homeless people or something like that. But, it's a country place, and a lot of people in the country, sometimes have big aspirations and they want to leave. And so to me, that old PS2 kind of rustic brown gray look that Inaba had really fit like how the story presented the town. Was that it was kind of like a dirty, not so idealized place. But in this trailer, it's bright and clean and happy and wonderful, and I'm just like, dude, this isn't the Inaba like I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Does that really matter? No, but
I think it's just a little bit to an extent, not super much, but
Well, look, I'm just saying that just because it's going on YouTube. I think it matters a lot. But I also have problems with Persona 4 Golden. Like I actually think Persona 4 is the better version of Persona. Like Persona 4 Vanilla, I think is way better than Golden because I think Golden introduces issues that kind of mess with the plot too much. And I also don't like the new Chie voice. I know that's a hot take too. I mean, she's good, but I like the old one better. Anyway, I don't want to shit on Persona 4 and all the different versions. I love Persona 4, I do. But nothing about this to me was very exciting. And I don't really think Persona 4 needs a remake. You go ahead, though.
So, I'm probably like the most casual, I get somewhat casual Persona fan, I guess. So, I've only like played Persona 5. I didn't even really finish it. But yeah, I never finished it. And Persona 4, I just watched a playthrough of it. And I don't know. I mean, it looks cool. I don't think I'll play it because it is just super long. And I mean, like just that alone, I'm like, I don't know about all that. Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't really. I don't know. It just it exists. If anything, I really hope that I don't know. I guess they make the dungeons more interesting, or like maybe the combat more. I don't know. It's gonna be another Persona game, so I really don't have much to say. Like I don't know what else they could add to it. Maybe they might revamp the card system, but I mean, even then, the card system, from what I understand, was just bonuses. That's kind of it. So I mean, they're really, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I will say, I mean, I know I was saying it doesn't need a remake. I don't think it needs a remake, but like because it is being remade, there are definitely things they can improve upon. I think two things specifically from Persona 3 remake that I want to see is having all of the social links dubbed. I think at this point for the entire series, I think is a must.
Oh wait,
And
Persona 4. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it wasn't dubbed. You have to read it. Yo, I
yeah,
forgot about that.
yeah. Persona 3 Reload is the only Persona game where like the whole game is like actually dubbed. And so having that, and then also having the ability to go back in time and redo days and change like your dialogue choices, that to me I think should stay in the series as well. Like that was when I was playing Persona 3 Reload, that was a game changer, dude. Because like there are some times where usually when I play a Persona game, I'll respond however I feel in the moment. Like whatever, like, you know, I feel like I would actually say.
Yeah.
But when you're kind of trying to, like, if you're going for a platinum run, or if you really just want to maximize your time, you actually have to, like, choose the specific choices that the characters will like. That way you spend less time doing the miscellaneous hangout moments where, like, nothing really progresses the social link or whatever. So, like, when I was playing the game, I would react like how I normally would. But if I noticed that they didn't like my response, I would just go back, redo the social link day, and then I'd choose the one that they like, and then I would have that proper progress. To me, that is like there is no reason that shouldn't be in every Persona game, like, going forward. I think that was, like, an excellent idea. So, yeah, I think that, and then also the dungeons. Like, there are some dungeons in Persona 4 that are kind of annoying, specifically, like, the Mitsuo one is, like, somewhat annoying because it, like, changes depending on where you turn or whatever. But even that, I mean, I don't know. Get good. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, the dungeons, I mean, as far as from what I remember, they were just, I mean, compared to what you could find in, like, modern Persona games, man, like, they're definitely going to rework the dungeons to make it, like, way more, you know, interesting and cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because Persona 4 was really riding on, I think for the dungeon design, it was really just kind of continuing, like, the procedurally generated thing, like with Persona 3.
Oh, okay.
But, like, there were just some dungeon, like, certain levels, I think, were just more specifically designed. It kind of just depended on which one you were in, I think.
But, yeah.
But, yeah.
Keeper. This is the Double Fine game. It looks very weird, and I do like very weird things. It also looks very charming too. Yeah, you're looking at the image of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The lighthouse thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued, and it's a platform and stuff, which is pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, just very, very different. I've never seen something like that where you control a lighthouse. I also feel like the story might be interesting too. I think I might, you know, it might be a surprise as far as story goes. You have anything to say about this game?
Yeah, Double Fine is kind of known for being very out there and having really interesting stories.
Mm-hmm.
I've really only played one Double Fine game. I played Broken Age.
Oh, that game. Yeah, I didn't play that one.
Yeah, it was alright. It was cool. But I agree. I don't think I'll play this, but I do think this game does look very cool. I like the art style, and I do think it's cool and weird that you play as a lighthouse or whatever. I think it looks cool. The next game I wanted to talk about is called Amphiolian or Amphiolian. I don't know how to pronounce that, to be honest. I will say this game is being made by Don't Nod. And I said earlier, I'm kind of over their games. But I do really like sci-fi stuff. And I love the idea of, like the premise of this seems very cool. Like, it's this astronaut on a space mission. It goes wrong. She lands on some desolate planet, and she's looking for, I don't know if that's her boyfriend or just her partner for the space mission or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I mean, there's climbing, a grapple hook. Like, I don't,
Oh, I
love climbing.
You're right. It has a grapple hook, so it's going to be a good game, most likely.
Yeah. It looks very cinematic, too. It seems like it's just kind of an action platformer. It looks good, man. Like, I can't lie. As much as I'm like very iffy on Don't Nod games these days, this game does look very good. It looks kind of right up my alley. And then the like at the end of the trailer, there's like a tease that there might be some sort of a alien threat or something like that. So I think this game looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think this was one of the games I was originally going to put on my list, but kind of just took it off. But yeah, you're right. It just, it does look cool. I don't know what else to say about it. I was actually, no. It is pretty interesting that it was, it had like some help with like, was it the European Space Agency or whatever?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they were probably consulting on like the intricacies of how like their technology works and stuff like that.
I guess the next game I'll say is Chronos, the New Dawn. This game it looks like Dead Space, but I don't know, it looks interesting. I haven't played Dead Space yet. I do kind of want to play like that remake. It looks interesting and cool.
Yeah, I heard the Dead Space remake's really good.
But again, I don't know. With Chronos, it just looks. That's kind of how I felt about the Xbox showcase in general. To be honest with you, a lot of games just looked interesting. It out of like the three showcases thus far, PlayStation was definitely the one that caught my eye the most. But there was some stuff on Xbox that it was interesting that if it was to be released on like PS Plus, not PS Plus, but if if it was on PlayStation, whatever, I'll probably check it out. Like if like Clockwork Revolution, I'll definitely check out Keeper, Chronos. Like these, the games I basically mentioned thus far, I will definitely check out. But yeah,
I have a decent amount to say about this game. So I don't know if you know, but this game is being made by Bloober Team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're the ones that did the Silent Hill remake.
Yeah.
But they have been Bloober Team has a weird history where, from what I understand, basically all of their games have been shit until Silent Hill remake.
Yes.
Either shit or just like okay. And so this, from what I understand, was being made in tandem with Silent Hill remake.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it's the same team. But I mean, I don't know. It's clearly the team that made the Silent Hill remake. Either they're very talented, or they were very good at adapting the Silent Hill, game to like just improving upon what was already known as like a truly great game. So this will be kind of their big moment to like prove that they're not just a one-off studio and that they can be known as like a big name when it comes to survival horror. Because like you said, this does look a lot like Dead Space. This looks like a lot like Dead Space. The only difference is it's not on a space station, I guess. Like you even can stomp on enemies and stuff.
Same stopping animation looking too.
Yeah. So this is a big game for them. I'm very curious to see how it'll go. I don't think I'll play it. Just being honest, it looks very good, but I don't think I'll be like really all that into it. Unless it gets like really raving reviews, then maybe I'll decide to jump in. But I'm just cautious right now on that. It does look very good though. Like if somebody was excited for this, I wouldn't blame them. I think like it looks very good. So the next one I wanted to talk about was the Beast of Reincarnation.
That was on my list too.
Yeah. So this game is interesting because when the trailer started, at first I thought this was like a Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind game, and I started getting very excited. And then this big creature shows up, and then I was like, dude, is this a Mononoke game? I thought it was like a combination of Mononoke and Nausicaa. I mean, that is really what it looks like. It's very Japanese. There's like a mix of high fantasy and sci-fi. I thought this game looked rad until I saw on Twitter that it was a fucking Souls-like game. And when I was watching the trailer, I had that vibe. Like, I was like thinking, damn, this kind of looks like a Souls like Sekiro or something. But I was like, no. Not everything that has a dodge and a parry is a Souls like. It could just be an action game that's focused on boss fights, but no, it is a Souls like. So I don't know. I don't want to say I'm out, but I am far less interested in the game now. It's being made by Game Freak, which a lot of people lost their minds about, even though Game Freak they've been making games other than Pokemon forever. So
yeah. I'll say this, like, I'm not interested in this game, but I just wanted to mention it because mainly because it's Game Freak. And like I know what you said is like very true. However, I don't think we have ever seen Game Freak make, like, first off, a game like looking like this, but also making it on non-Nintendo hardware. As far as I know that the only other game that they put out was Timbo the Badass Elephant, I believe. That was like also on PC and stuff, but like
that was on PlayStation as well. But yeah,
on PlayStation and stuff. But like,
you're right. They haven't made a game that looks like it's like a AAA or even like AA style game. Mm-hmm. So that's true. But this game also does look like it has that patented Game Freak poorly optimized frame rate.
Yeah.
It's early, so they could improve that obviously, but the frame rate was looking rough.
Yeah, it is early, but man, it was just very funny. It's just Game Freak putting this out. I knew they were working on like this project for like a couple of years, but I don't know. It's just weird. Just a very weird situation, I guess.
It is weird. I mean, I don't blame them though. Like Game Freak has been, I don't want to say stuck, because I mean, I'm sure they're happy to be making Pokemon games. Like, let's be real here. They can kind of push out the same game every year and like make a shit ton of money, like just guaranteed.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that there are people on the team that probably want to stretch their legs, work on something a little different. So yeah, I mean, good for them. I think the game, even if it is a Souls game and I'm kind of over those, like, it does look very cool. So another one I wanted to talk about was At Fate's End.
Oh yeah.
This game, I don't even know what to make of it. Like, I just love the art.
Yes.
Like the art style for this game looks very, very cool.
Yes. Definitely. And
it looks like it's like a game with, it's like a side-scrolling kind of, I don't want to say beat 'em up. It's hard to really tell what exactly I'm looking at, to be honest. I guess it says here a side-scrolling action platformer. But it looks like it's got these really big, epic boss fights. And it looks so like anime, dude. It looks crazy.
It looks like a Cartoon Network like type of animation.
Yes.
But like
yeah.
But like you're actually playing the game itself. So it's just like it looks super smooth. Like I love the way this is animated, just in general.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me almost, I don't mean this in any disrespect at all, like, but it kind of reminds me of like a Flash game you would have played on like CartoonNetwork.com or something like that. Like it has that like look to it to me. It kind of reminds me of that. And it's got like this tarot card theme, I guess. It looks like she's fighting her family. You've got dialogue choices. I mean, yeah, dude, this game, it's very interesting. I have to see more. But what I have seen, I think looks really, really cool. Yeah, not too much else to say, but I think this looks, I just think this looks really cool.
Yeah, I didn't have it on my list, but I was thinking about putting it on there. I just didn't. But yeah, it does look very cool. I just like the way it's animated and stuff, for sure.
The other thing I wanted to bring up is The Blood of Dawnwalker. I think this game looks fucking awesome. This is being made by the former devs from CD Projekt Red. After The Witcher 3 came out, a bunch of people left, and they formed their own studio, and they're making this game. This game, you can tell, too, like, this game looks so much like The Witcher, but it's a vampire game. Basically, from what I understand, the main character's sister is murdered, and he tries to bring her back, but the vampires, like, bite him, infuse him with blood, and they try to turn him into a vampire, but instead he turns into, I guess, a dawn walker. He's somebody that can walk around during the day and at the night, but he still gets all the vampire superpowers. And there's like apparently some like, the game has like obviously a day-night cycle, but there's also like a certain amount of time, similar to like how the original Dead Rising game worked, where like you have a certain amount of days to complete like the main objective of the game. I don't know if I like that. I don't know how that's really gonna work for like a big RPG game like this. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, I think this game looks awesome. Once again, you can climb on stuff. All right, I love climbing in video games, so you can run up walls and stuff like that. The combat looks really cool. The vampire powers are sick. Like, I'm very ready for this game to come out.
I had to look at the trailer again to see what game you were talking about, and yeah, I don't know, it not my type of game, but I mean, visually it looks impressive.
Yeah. It also has a bit of a frame rate dips in this. I don't know if that was a stream quality or just all these games have like frame rate issues. But the last game that I really wanted to talk about, you know, it's a game near and dear to my heart. I don't know if you feel this way, but it's probably one of the most seminal, you know, video games to release in probably the last 20 years. Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Man.
Yeah, what a brother moment that was.
Yeah, that was a huge brother moment. Ain't no way they ended that. They ended it, bro. They really had their last announcement be Call of Duty, bro. It makes no sense. They really just... Yeah. Like, they could have ended off with literally anything else but Call of Duty. Like, how is anyone going to get excited for the next yearly release of Call of Duty? That's going to end up being released in, like, October or November or whatever. Like, come on now.
Especially since, from what I hear, like, they're not exactly on a good run of games. I hear, like, the last 2 or 3 of them have, like, not been, like, super amazing. No. So I don't know, dude. I didn't even really know this was Call of Duty until, like, the guy said Mason. Like, there was this butterfly flying around. I was like, dude, what is this? And it looked like Inception. I really thought this was an Inception game. And I was like, dude, that's so random. I'd be kind of down for it, but... And then the dude walks up and says, Mason. And I was like, oh, my fucking God, it's Call of Duty. Damn, dude. Lame.
I thought it was going to be, like, some, like, Perfect Dark for a second, but... Man.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, if you're done talking about Call of Duty, dude, this showcase was weird because while I do think it was good, there was a lot of cool stuff here. Even like stuff that I wasn't like crazy about. Like, I don't really care about Tony Hawk, but I know people are super excited about that. Indiana Jones DLC, God of War remake, High on Life, whatever. But like,
Gears of War.
Yeah. And even that Super Meat Boy platformer I thought was kind of cool, but that's not. I'm not really into Super Meat Boy. But it's like, dude, where was the Xbox games? Like, I was so surprised we didn't see Perfect Dark. We didn't see that new Gears of War game, not the remake, but like there's a new Gears of War game coming out.
E-Day.
We didn't see any. Yeah, D-Day. We didn't or E-Day. We didn't see anything from the new Fable game. I was so surprised, like I said, like, it was a good show, but those were the games really, especially Perfect Dark, because I think that game looked really cool. Those are the games I was really looking forward to. Oh, I just remembered, I forgot a game. Residence, A Plague Tale Legacy. I really love A Plague Tale, especially A Plague Tale 2. Dude, this is like a prequel. It seems to be like, instead of a stealth game, it's like action adventure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm totally in on this. This looks really cool. Yeah, not too much else to say about it. I want to see gameplay, see how that goes. But
I thought it was going to be like the Prince of Persia. What was it called? Something of Time remake.
Dude, yeah, me too. I actually like when I was watching the trailer, I was like, dude, is this Princess of Persia?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that game looks awesome. I think you should play A Plague Tale. I think you may like it. Well, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. But those are very good games. Anyway, yeah, this showcase was just weird. Like there was. I for once I really wanted to see the Xbox games.
Yes, I really wanted to see a Perfect Dark. I'm not gonna lie. Like that game, like really when they showed that off, I was like very surprised. I'm like, wait, this game looks kind of gas. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that game looked really surprisingly good. Well, we've gone through all 3 shows. I think the answer's probably obvious, but which one do you... In the classic old fashion that when people used to say like, oh, somebody won E3, who do you think won Summer Games Fest?
Man, I gotta give it to Nintendo for straight up not showing up and just releasing a console. I mean, like that's kind of a baller move, you know. No,
you know what? That's fair.
I'll say PlayStation. No, obviously.
Yeah, I would say PlayStation as well. I think Summer Game Fest itself almost won its own event. It was close, but yeah, I think PlayStation had the best show. Just much more interesting things pertaining to me.
Yeah, same. I mean, still, it's so crazy to me that they opened up with Luminous. Like that's crazy. Again, like I'm not like super huge fan of like Luminous or whatever, but it's just whenever you open up your show with something like that, only I feel like that's like very niche. I'm like, okay, like they're definitely going for the gamers with a capital G with this.
Whoa, guys, this one's for the gamers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But that will be all for the show. Thanks everybody for watching. I know this was a very long one, but sleep tight. I know I will.